Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. With the weather definitely turning cooler, lots of us are reaching for our jumpers, but also for our ceramide infused moisturizers. For years, we've been told that ceramides are like the key ingredient for a healthy skin barrier and to maximize your skin's moisturization levels. However, recently we've seen some counter arguments against the use of ceramides, with people calling them out as being a bit of a scam, actually nothing more than hydrators, doing absolutely nothing for our overall skin health and barrier function. So what's the truth? Should we be ditching our ceramide moisturizers, or should we just be more aware of what they can and can't do for our skin? Sit back, relax, let's talk all things ceramides. Now before we get into this video, I would love to know what your own hot take is when it comes to ceramides, so sound off in the comments section below. What's your favourite ceramide moisturiser? How often do you use these ingredients? And really, what benefits have you seen for your skin? I want to get that conversation going because in today's video, these are just my thoughts, feelings and opinions, and I would love to hear yours. No matter what your thoughts on ceramides, if you're like me, you like the channel and you love some good skincare content, don't forget to reach down and give this video a thumbs up and a like. The more likes the video gets, the more widely YouTube distributes it on its channel. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. Now, I've got quite a lot to get through in this video, so should we just cut that waffle and delve straight on in? Now, for today's video, I'm going to break it apart into 3 different segments. Up first, we're going to talk about ceramides, what they are, what benefits they can bring to the skin. We're then going to look about some of the limitations with using ceramides. You know, what maybe the brands aren't telling us when it comes to these wonderful ingredients. Then finally, I'm going to share with you my best overall performing ceramide moisturizers. These are the ones that don't just rely on ceramides as ingredients, but actually deliver a much more comprehensive formulation for all your skin's needs. If you want to jump to one section over another, be my guest. All the timestamps are there in the description box below, as are links to all the products that I mentioned in the later stages of the video. So kicking things off with what are ceramides? They're naturally occurring in the skin and they make up a large percentage of our overall skin mass. They have a couple of key functions. First up, they can prevent transepidermal water loss by keeping the skin barrier in tip-top health. They form a sort of matrix across the skin that locks in all that hydration and moisture. So if you don't have enough ceramides in our skin, that can lead to an increase in transepidermal water loss, a loss of that hydration to the atmosphere around us, which can exacerbate dehydration. They also can improve the barrier function of the skin, which will just keep skin in tip-top health, reduce the risk of any sensitivity or irritation. It's for these reasons that people tend to reach for ceramides in their moisturizers, and particularly for those cooler winter months where our skin naturally becomes more dehydration prone and more prone to redness and irritation too. Normally we'll talk about ceramides as if they're all identical to one another, but there's actually various different ceramides that have subtly different benefits and focuses in the skin. Because all that science can kind of bamboozle and baffle us, the consumer, brands tend to just badge products as ceramide infused or containing ceramides, when actually if you turn and read the ingredients list, there might be multiple different ceramides held within them. For years, people have talked about the benefits that they've got from ceramides in their skincare routine, and there are a number of scientific studies that show just how important ceramides are to the overall skin health. Over the past 3 years, ceramides have shot up in popularity, and you'll find them in just about every step of your skincare routine. You can get ceramide cleansers, toners, moisturizers, leave-on treatments, and even sunscreens that contain these ingredients. Brands know just how popular ceramides are because they're relatively inexpensive to formulate with. They stuff them in just about every single product. Fortunately for us, the consumer, ceramides are well tolerated by just about all skin types. It's actually quite hard to overuse them. So even though you might have these ingredients in every step of your skincare routine, the risk of overdoing it is pretty small, which is why brands are quite happy to feed into the ceramide trend. So, with everyone fangirling about ceramides, saying how wonderful they've been as an addition to their skincare routine, and some scientific data points backing up just how essential ceramides are to overall skin health, why has that tide started to change over the last 6 months and people start calling out ceramides as being ineffective in their skincare routine and overhyped in terms of what they can deliver? Well, first up, I think brands are to blame for a lot of this. As with a lot of things in skincare, brands kind of got carried away and started to promote ceramides as like the cure-all for every single thing going on with our skin. Whilst they can have some great benefits for tackling irritation, barrier impairment, and overall boosting moisture levels in the skin, that's pretty much where the benefits of ceramides end. I've even heard some brands say that the use of ceramides can help even out the skin tone. There is no scientific data that proves that to be the case, and they say that it can pretty much deliver any change that you need in your skin. This overhyping, I think, just leads to enhanced expectations, which are then fundamentally unfulfilled and leads to disappointment in the end, which is why a lot of people are starting to say their ceramides Ceramide products didn't live up to the expectations that they had, which was very much driven by the brands themselves. Also, brands know that ceramides are super popular at the moment with consumers, so they put them in just about every single product. What they don't tell you though is the concentration, and as with everything, concentration is key. Ceramides need to be in a decent quantity to actually deliver some benefit, but brands will put the absolute smallest minuscule amount of ceramides in their formulations, slap it as advertising all over the bottle, and just expect consumers to buy it and hope they get some decent results. As with everything, you need to reach for ceramides in a meaningful concentration to deliver any benefit, which again I think is why a lot of people reach for ceramide products and are ultimately disappointed with the results that they get. A really great example of this is with CeraVe, which I think is probably one of the most popular ceramide brands. This is a brand that leads the charge when it came to the ceramide craze, but one that started to see its popularity diminish quite significantly in 2022. A lot of that is because people started to question just how effective the ceramides in their formulations are. They don't disclose the percentage, and in a lot of their products, the ceramides are actually way low down on that ingredients list, so they're not there in a really meaningful concentration. The price of CeraVe products has also shot up recently. So if you take, for example, this, which is the facial moisturizing lotion, this actually contains half the amount of ceramides that this product does, which is the Face Facts Ceramide Barrier Complex. This costs £1.49. Here in the UK, this one costs £14. So there's a massive price difference, but you're getting a whole lot more ceramide action in this one than you ever will with CeraVe. I think it's this, misalignment between the amount of ceramides in a product versus what the brand promises it'll deliver, which has led to a lot of disappointment. Recently, you've also heard a lot of people start talking about something called the golden ratio between cholesterol, free fatty acids, and ceramides. There have been some studies that have shown unless you have the right ratio of these three core components, ceramides are going to be pretty ineffective just on their own. Now, it's very difficult to find a product that has the perfect balance of all three of these, which is why a lot of people start to say, well, if it doesn't have that, the product isn't going to work for you. This isn't strictly true, and I do think if you look at a wide range of studies on this, the jury is out as to how important that trinity of different ingredients in the right ratio actually is. However, I think products that just have ceramides in are going to have limited benefit in terms of promoting barrier health. They're going to be more there to moisturize and nourish the skin. When you have the right combination or ratio of free fatty acids, cholesterol, and ceramides, you're going to get better barrier support from that product. But again, it's not really an exact science. So I think this is when people started to understand that just putting ceramides in a product isn't enough to deliver that boost to the skin's barrier health. You actually need a whole lot more alongside it, which is another reason why that tide has started to shift on ceramides themselves. Overall, I'd say I think it's time we move on with our fixation on ceramides. They absolutely do play a good part in maintaining healthy moisture levels in the skin and can at the margins improve skin barrier health. However, I think just relying on ceramides kind of isn't going to deliver you the results that you crave in your skin. I like to use ceramides alongside other fantastic ingredients in a more comprehensive formulation to really guarantee that you're going to get the maximum levels of hydration, prevent transepidermal water loss, and also give the skin everything it needs to be in tip-top health. It's for this reason that in this section of the video, I want to share with you my very favourite comprehensive ceramide-containing skincare formulations. These products don't need to break the bank in a lot of cases, but are going to give you an enhanced outcome when compared to some other products that just rely on those ceramides in isolation. Let's kick things off with a product that I literally just mentioned. It's the Face Facts Ceramide Skin Barrier Complex. This is the eye cream. They also do an all-over body moisturiser and a face lotion. All of them have very similar formulations and come at rock bottom prices. The reason I love this, they contain 5 different ceramides. That's 2 more than your standard CeraVe formulation. They're also way higher on that ingredients list, so you know you're getting a better concentration. They've also got some oat kernel extract, which is going to minimise any inflammation and irritation in the skin. And they've got a beautiful blend of oils, which again is just going to help prevent that transepidermal water loss and nourish the skin. This is a product that's way more than the ceramides that it contains, but it has that ceramide infused in a good concentration alongside some other wonderful ingredients to just give a really comprehensive boost to the skin's moisture levels, prevent transepidermal water loss, and improve skin health. All of that for less than £2. Like, I really don't think we can expect too much more from a product, and I absolutely love this. Like I said, I've linked this, as I will all the products mentioned today, in the description box below if you want to explore where you can purchase them, read the reviews, the ingredients, and all that good stuff. But I think this is proof that you need more than just ceramides to deliver a really great formulation, and when you have it, you actually don't need to overpay. If you want to go to like the opposite end of the spectrum and go for something that's a little bit more on the pricey side but definitely delivers for that additional cost, I would definitely recommend this. This is the Allies of Skin Molecular Barrier Recovery Cream Balm. Now, if you're struggling with impaired barrier function, usually characterized by flaky, dry, irritated skin that can often be pretty redness prone, might be more breakout prone, I would reach for this. Hands down, the quickest acting barrier repair cream I have ever found. If you've got that traditional winter skin that you just don't feel you can get on top of, using this just a couple of nights in and you'll notice your skin is transformed. Again, it's got those ceramides in there, but it's so much more. You've also got some oat protein in here. Oat's kind of a recurring theme. You'll often see it used alongside ceramides because they complement each other really well, minimizing irritation and inflammation, maximizing hydration. You've also got some free fatty acids in here. You've got some ceramides, you've got some panthenol. You've also got some really great antioxidants and a beautiful blend of oils. All told, this is going to deeply nourish the skin, prevent transepidermal water loss, kind of give your skin everything it needs to return back to full barrier health. And this, a gorgeous formulation. If, like me, your skin is naturally a little bit more on the oilier side, you only need the smallest amount of this to really get the benefits. So a little goes a long way, and a tube like this, which I'm nearly out of, has probably lasted me 4 months. And this is a great one to pair with your retinoid. If you're worried about the irritation and the level of dryness that you might get from retinoids, this one, alongside it, minimize all that in an instant. A new addition to the skincare market is this. This is the Geek and Gorgeous Happier Barrier Moisturizer. I've been fangirling about this literally since the day it launched, and I love it. This has ceramides in here, but also has a 10% concentration of squalane, one of my favorite facial oils. Again, lock in all that hydration, give the skin that nourishment it needs. It's also got lipids in here. Lipids are really important because they do have a core role to play in maintaining skin health and hydration. And over time, as we age, our lipid levels go like that. So anything you can do to boost them is obviously going to be a benefit to the skin. And this is a really inexpensive way of getting a little ceramide action in your life, but also delivering more ingredients to give an all-over boost to the skin health. Love this. It does come in a very small tube, but that's great because you can use it on the go. It works as a great hand cream over the face. It's just a really nice, flexible and universal product that is more than just the ceramides it contains. If you want like a one and done ceramide approach, you know, a product that contains ceramides alongside enough ingredients that actually it could act as a skincare routine in its own right, you could reach for this. This is the Numb Buzzing Ceramide Repair Cream. So this contains ceramides as one of the key ingredients, but it's also got Centella asiatica, it's got some niacinamide, it's got some beautiful oils in here, it's got some antioxidants. It's just a really nice all-round cream. It's super lightweight on the skin, so if you've got more oily or combination oily skin type, I think you'll really enjoy this one. I find it's even lightweight enough to use in those warmer summer months where I become like a grease slick morning through till evening. And this is one of the newer launches from Numb Buzzing, a brand that's getting a lot of hype at the moment and absolutely deservedly so. Really like this one, and I think if you want to streamline your skincare routine, kind of have as many ingredients as possible in one cream, this is definitely the one to go for. Finally, I think my frustration about not being able to find well-formulated moisturizers that have that ceramide action but also have wonderful ingredients alongside kind of drove me to create my own, which is this, the Mad About Skin Maximum Impact Moisturizer. So I'd say that this works best on a drier skin type, someone that's looking for really great concentration of ceramides but also some great oils to go alongside it. What I think sets this apart from some of the other products mentioned today is it's also got a 5% concentration of urea in here. Urea is a wonderful humectant that's going to draw in and retain moisture within itself. Great, again, working alongside that ceramides to minimize transepidermal water loss. But it's also a protein softener. If you notice in those cooler winter months, your skin becomes a little bit rougher to the touch, urea can really help with that. Smooth everything out, give that like baby softness that we all crave. I use this as my evening skincare routine on those days where I just need a little extra hydration in my life and want to wake up with a guaranteed gorgeous soft skin day. This is definitely one of the more affordable options again that I've mentioned today, proving that you can definitely do well-formulated ceramide products on a budget, even though, like I say, I created this, so maybe I'm just a little bit biased. All the products mentioned today, like I said, are linked in that description box below, and hopefully this is just demystified ceramides for you. There's definitely a place for them in your skincare routine, but I don't think they should be the one and done, the only ingredient that you reach for your winter skin needs. It's all about getting that great balance between ceramides and some other wonderful ingredients to really help boost the overall skin health. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.